Hello, hello, hello. My name is Naisha, and today I'm back on Choices, and I'm going to talk about the news story Kindred. Um, by the way, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, you could either just wait until this game comes out, which is probably going to be like a few months later. You could get VIP with Pixelberry, or you could watch other people playing VIP if you don't want to spend that money. I know Locum 23, he's playing this, and I would definitely link the playlist of his in my description box. So without further ado, I want to talk about Kendrick. I know there was a new chapter that came out, chapter 7, but I haven't watched that yet. So I will probably make like a little short video of that. But I'm just going to talk about like chapters 1 through 6, what I thought of it so far. And I just want to get the elephant out the room, just in case if you have watched Locum Twin 3 play it, or if you played it on VIP yourself. Yes, um, it is going to remind you of Charm, but it's mainly because if you, also by the way, if you hear noises like TVs and stuff, I apologize. But yeah, it is what it is. Um, but back to what I was saying, if Kendrick reminds you of the original Charm, since there was a new Charm. But if Kindred reminds you of the original Charm, it's because Pixelberry um Pixelberry was inspired by Charm. It was inspired by a few things. If you read their newsletter, they do have a section where they talk about Kendrick, and basically they say that Charm, Practical Magic, The Witches of East End, um, Secret Circle, and I want to say a bit of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is what inspired them to make Kindred. Now you have three sisters: Willow, Saffron, and Magnolia. Maggie for short. Saff for short, and Willow. But if you want to name her any other flower name, you can. That's the one thing that reminded me of Charm, because like in Charm, their names were Phoebe, Piper, Prue, and of course Paige. Well, this mother decided to name her kids after flowers, and of course well, I don't think not with Charm, but there's a curse that's going on. So I think that kind of reminds me of Witches of East End, because if I'm not mistaken, from the TV show, because I haven't read the book yet, but from the TV show, there is a curse that surrounds um the two sisters and stuff like that. So yeah, I could see why, like, well, not why, but I could see the inspiration, but we don't know the curse of this, what the curse is of the sisters in Kendrick. We don't know what the curse is. It wasn't known. Um, and we do meet side characters. I know. I'm thinking the person that Willow works for, because Willow, she works in a cafe. I want to say his name is Brian. Then we have Rainier, who is the guardian. Kind of like a white lighter. And then you have Kane, who is a wraith, aka demon. And I think though, oh, you also have Penny, who would be Saf's love interest, because of course, your sister Saf, she, she has a crush on Penny. Penny is, I want to say, rich adjacent, because I forgot like what she said, but I know there was a curse in her family, and I guess like it's, you know, her family got stripped of their magic. I have to rewatch that again, but what else? Also, Rainier and Kane, the Guardian and the Rave, they become your love interest. Willow is your main character. Again, you can name Willow anything if you want to stick to the whole flower. Yeah, if you want to stick to the whole flower theme, you can. Um, but yeah, and Maggie, she got her eyes on, again, I think his name is Brian. Um, yeah, I'll probably, like, when I do another video, because of course I'm going to do another video on Kindred. But when I do another video, I will like confirm whether his name is Brian or not. Shoot, I might even just put a comment on here and confirm if it's Brian or not. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brian. But you can see that like on down the lines, not now, but from what I got from chapters 1 through 6, you can see on down the line that Maggie and Brian might have something going on. We don't know yet. We do know that Saf and Penny definitely gonna have something going on. And of course, you could either have a thing with Rainier, with Kane. Shoot, you can even do both at the moment, because I don't know if, I don't know like what's going to happen with that. But okay, now that I gave you like about the character, like, well, not about the character, but give you a little like something about like the side characters, and then of course who's gonna have a love interest in this book. Let's get to their powers, because that was one thing I was like concerned about, because it's like, what powers are you gonna give them and things like that. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was gonna be something very completely different, and it is to a certain extent. um I know I know with well, I know the only two that are very different is Saf and Maggie, but you, aka Willow, her power is basically time. I forgot I forgot the whole power, but basically, like, I want to say time manipulation. I want to say time manipulation. Like, she could freeze it, she could go backwards, she could go forward and stuff like that. She could also go in the past. Well, yeah, I said, like, yeah, she could go backwards, she could go forward, she could freeze it. Well, and things like that. Saf, who is the oldest, because like I said, Willow, she's a middle child. Saf is the oldest. Her power is very interesting to me and stuff. Also, should let you know, Saf is also a transgender woman, which I thought was very interesting and did remind me of the new Charm, because in the new Charm, um, the Charm have a cousin named, I want to say, Josephina, and Josephina is a transgender woman, well, rich, and like she comes into her powers, and she actually does get her powers in the new Charm and stuff, and I thought that was pretty dope. So with Saf in the picture, I thought it was pretty dope as well, because it's like, it's interesting. I wouldn't mind knowing what her power was, and her power is basically transforming into either animals or objects so far and stuff like that. So that's her power. And then Magnolia, aka Maggie, I'm just gonna call her Maggie. Maggie, she's the youngest, and she was put up for put for adoption and things like that. And of course, she came into their lives and stuff like that. So, also, if I didn't mention spoilers, I apologize, but there will be spoilers. Sorry about that if I didn't mention. Um, but back to what I was saying, Maggie's power is also interesting because like Saf power is interesting to me, and I actually like Saf power. I think that's pretty dope to turn into not only like animals but objects as well. So far that's what her powers are doing. But with Maggie, her power is very interesting too and stuff because I was like, I wasn't sure like how her power would like be helpful in a way. But her power is basically she's a dream walker. Basically, she could go into people's dreams and stuff like that. Um, I'm thinking there's more to it and stuff because I think they either call it dream astral projection and stuff like that. I know from what like I was looking at from Locum's 23, I want to say what walkthrough and stuff. If you want to, well, I'm gonna say playthrough. From his playthrough of Kindred so far, it's like she could go to different planes, but mainly the plane that she could like that she could get to the most is dream. Like that's her main lane so far. So I'm assuming that her dream, like her being a dream walker, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to expand this into something like, her power's going to evolve into something like, how like all the other charm powers involved too. So, you know, there's probably going to be evolutions to her power, but so far she's a dream walker from what I seen. So basically you have your character, time manipulation, your older sister, transfiguration, um, and your younger sister, Dreamwalker. And so, and of course, you probably already knew this, but they got their powers as soon as their mother dies. Their mother dies. They got their powers, and of course, Rainy, of course, a wraith comes in to attack them and things like that. They hold it off on their own, but it's not enough until Rainier comes in to save the day. Of course, Rainier is going to teach them to build a better bond with each other so they could be the best coven that they can be, with the ultimate coven, if you would say that. But yeah, and not only that, well, yeah, that's it. Defeat the raves and stuff like that, to keep the world safe. Of course, the drama, like, one sister's not going to do it. Not only that, like, you get through that hoop of one sister not wanting to do that and things like that. You get to the hoop where, like, Maggie, because she has been like she was in the foster care system, and I think she had foster homes and things like that, but it was just never the same, and she wanted that stability. You deal with a bit of that. You deal with a bit of Saf, reading her mom's journal and basically realizing that her mother didn't hate her for being a transgender woman. Her mother was afraid because Saf telling her, especially at a young age, like, I don't feel like a boy, I feel like a girl, made her mother basically scared because the curse is coming true. I'm assuming the curse has something to do with having 3 daughters. So of course, her mom's gonna be scared, and Saf didn't realize that, and your character Rillo, she tries to like, explain that. But Saf, of course, understandably, she still, she still doesn't have like she's indifferent to like, to your mother and things like that. And of course, we find out because like, um their mother had a lawyer. The lawyer name is Mr. Andrew at first. Could be Mr. or Mrs. I want to put that out there because you can make Kane into a woman or a man. But I'm pretty sure his name probably be different. I don't know. But yeah, you find out that Mr. Andrew, the lawyer of your mom and stuff, you find out that he's actually a rave, and not only a rave, we find out like his first name is Kane. He's a rave. Not only is he a rave, but he is one of the lieutenants of the Rave King. So he's one of the Rave King's right hand man, and of course, he wants to like basically make an alliance with Willow and her sisters, and of course, Saf, Maggie, even Rainier, they don't mess with Kane. They don't mess with him like that. They're not feeling him. Willow, you can either feel the same way, or if you want to take the walk on the dark side, you could flirt with him and have a romance with him if that's your prerogative. But yeah. So that's all that's going on, really. Like, you find out about like the Rave King, that he is trying to break out of, I want to say, he's trying to break out of magical jail. I'm thinking your mom, and also I want to say that either either your descendants are like some other three powerful witch. I'm thinking it's from their um their family tree. That's what I'm thinking. That lock him up. But yeah, but you find out that your mom, after her death, you find out that like the raves are coming in because the seal has been broken, because like there was a seal up, and like because your mom died, like the seal has been broken, so the waves are coming to attack you, because of the Rave King and all that. And I know at the end of chapter 6, you and Kane go, I want to say, to New York, to like, I guess, a rave like club, to get more information and things like that. But so far, that's what happens from chapter 1 to chapter 6. You go through like the whole like, oh my goodness, we're witches now. Then you go through like, okay, we got to basically establish our coven, meaning like, we got to work on our powers, working on controlling our powers, working to come together to be not only a coven, but like to strengthen our sister, like, to strengthen the relationship between the sisters. They realize they have to come together to do that too. And your character is like the anchor of the group. And and then with that being said, your character also struggles with being the anchor of the group, because if anything happens to her, it's like, then, that's when things are gonna break. That's when hell gonna break loose. So, of course, your character is trying to come to terms to that, to try to be the best they could be, and things like that. And not only that, but like, again, they go through like little bits of ups and downs and things like that. So, and so far, I'm gonna be honest, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far. So far I am. I don't have any problems with it yet. Like, I don't have any problems with it yet. So far, it seems like a nice book to read. I mean, not to read, but to play. Well, you're doing both. You read it and play it. But yeah, seems like a nice story to play. And I can't wait to actually play this for myself, because this is one of the books that I said I wanted to play. This one, and then The Cursed Heart, which I am playing. And I would definitely do a review on that one later on. But so far, I am enjoying what I'm seeing from Kindred. Um, so with that being said, let me know down in the comments below what you think about this. Do you enjoy this book so far? Have you played it with VIP, or have you seen someone else play it? Did you see someone else other than Locum Trend 3 play it? What's your thoughts on it if you have like seen someone play this, or you played this yourself with VIP? With that being said, um, you can like, subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you want. And until next time, see ya.